What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream with Jay's Corner TCG. My name is Joey. You can call me Jay. Without further ado, let's get this underway. And on the podcast today, we got the one and only Mr. POWDR TCG. What's happening, POWDR?
What's going on? What's going on, baby?
How you doing, man?
Best booster machine, baby.
Hey, Gonzo's been saying that the best booster machine, the biggest Charizard stand of all time, out here doing the damn thing. Appreciate you being in here, dude. How's it been? I've known you for like I don't know how long now. Shout out to Mount Kilimanjaro for turning me on to you, pause, and the channel and everything like that, dude.
No pause. No pause.
Okay, that's all right. That's how we know we're real. That's how we know we're real. No pause needed. I appreciate everybody being in here. Gonzo, Hearts, Tan Fam, Ricky. I see you, Ash. What's going on, dog? Fishing said, oh, woo, woo. Hey, the big oh, woo, woo. Chris, CK Plays on the 3 months said, oh, hi. What's going on, Chris? How you doing, bro? Welcome in. Gonzo, good to see you guys. Appreciate everybody being in here for this, I think, podcast number 37. Dominic May, Dizzy Hippie, everybody else in here, too. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, so, POWDR, you have been, dude, you've been killing it. Especially on on both sides, like the last couple videos you've done on YouTube have been tremendous. I know you found a lot of like happiness in seeing that clip from one of your videos being put into the card party video when you're kind of like game planning, hyping yourself up for the challenge videos. So if you guys, first off, all his links are in the description. If you want to follow him on Twitter, he talks the craziest shit of all time on not really, but he's on Twitter. He's active on Twitter. IG, his YouTube links are all down below. Make sure you give him a follow. How has it been for you? Just like, dude, I think you've just ramped up with content both on IG and on YouTube. And how has it been on both platforms? Because I feel like you're pretty fluid on both of them.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Instagram, the content is a bit easier because it's all like super short form, and I think I've mastered the ability to like create content, short form content, as quick as possible. Mm-hmm. The YouTube side, it's definitely tougher because although I think I'm a great editor, I know I'm a good editor, I have good ideas, all that stuff. I'm like, it's not easy. Like for example, the last video I did, it was like an 8-minute video, but it took me like 3 weeks to actually sit down and edit it.
Yeah.
As compared to like an IG, pack a day thing that I'm doing, or like, unboxing some random plush from Pokemon Center.
Right.
Like I can get that done in 45 minutes max. Right. But something like this, it takes, it's tougher, but I'm trying it. Like Pat Flynn, Deep Pocket Monster, Dan Norton, his producer, really like pushed me towards like, yeah, I think you could do something good like this if you were to put it out. And I tried it. It worked really well with the GameStop video, although there was like timing on that. You know what I mean? Like the timing was perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
But then there's also,
but you did really good on it. Like despite the timing, like if it's a shit video, then people aren't going to be watching it. So you did really good on that. The timing just happened to line up. It's just part of it is being ready, and part of it is the perfect timing. And I think that really worked out for you well, and you nailed it on it too. So don't discredit yourself on that, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There has to be like, but we say that too, but like, there's so many times where I will like put so much effort into something, and I'll be like, dude, this is the best thing I've uploaded ever, and it'll flop, and then I'll like randomly like upload like clip of me opening Darkness Ablaze and getting nothing, and it does like 1 million views. I'm like, what? I don't get it. Like, I don't understand how this works. So
I don't want to cut you off, but I feel like that's across the board. I feel like as like creators and stuff, anytime you put like so much effort, so much work into something, and you put it out there, you're like, yo, this is about to hit, and then like you said, a flop, and you're like, what the hell? But then you put something out that has no real heart or meaning into it, and it does good, and you're just like, man, this sucks.
Yeah. No, you're right, because it makes you feel like but there's a lot to it. There's a lot that goes into it. Like I've like I can't give away all my secrets to my not super successful channel, but it's a somewhat, decent channel because but there are also like lots of things where um some things work, some things don't work.
Yeah.
The whole like uh sometimes success is just, within your community. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
like a huge like success to get you out of nowhere. Like my community, I mean you just mentioned it earlier. Like I have the shirt on right now. More
More
Zard cards.
Zards.
More Zard cards. And then we got Gonzo in chat in every stream wearing my every hat video wearing my merch. You know what I mean? But the whole point is like I somehow, some way, I've created this weird like faction thing within my community, and that's what I wanted.
Right.
I didn't want that to become some super viral sensation thing. I just wanted it within my, you know, community. So success is, I guess, varied by who sees it, what you think is successful, what
Right.
people around you think is successful.
Dude, what a
There's so much.
politically correct answer, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I
I
love it.
have been media trained. I forgot to tell you that. I have been media trained.
No, for real though. It's I think especially like on the live stream side of things, you're able to connect with a community on YouTube so much different and in a I want to say a better way, as opposed to not being as personable, and you're just putting out videos constantly, and you kind of get detached from a real community growing in around you. I know like you can still find success in that, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I think for me, the reason I came and started doing Pokemon videos on the channel is because I enjoyed the community aspect of it, so I didn't want to like relinquish that or have to give that up. Although I will say, I'm like working on multiple videos right now, whether it be short form. I think I'm working on like 4 short form videos and like 3 like pre-recorded videos, and it just takes so much time. Like how you said earlier, that 8-minute video, it takes hours, but you procrastinate, and it's just hard to find time. So it takes days, and it takes longer and longer to find time to make it all happen.
I mean, dude, you're a family guy. I'm not.
Yeah.
So it's a whole total like you guys. You have to make sure you're going to work. Your kids are eating. You're like, hey, yeah, I got to spend time with my wife because that's like a normal thing normal people do. I got to spend time with my kids. I gotta. Then you like, it's kind of this like weird like triangle of like all right, sleep, work, social, right? What do you give up?
Right.
Like which part of the triangle do you have to give up for it to find that
I break
success?
I break that triangle so often, man, because I mess up all the time. But you try to do your best to balance it. For you, on your thing, on your side, it's like balancing. It's even though like you said, it's like the family takes a lot of time too. But even though you don't necessarily have like a family of your own, it's still like time consuming. But with that time, do you have like on the IG side of things? Let's talk about that. You've been crushing it, dude. I think what you hit 15,000 15,000 or 20,000, 15, right?
15,000.
15,000, right?
15,000 followers. Yeah. 3 days ago, 4 days ago,
right?
Something like that. Yeah.
And I feel like in the last year, you've seen exponential growth within your IG, and just like the traction you're getting on like your Pack a Day series, and just all these other one-off shorts that you do. How do you're uploading daily besides the Pack a Days? Do you upload other things throughout the day too?
Yeah. So it's interesting because like people like the Pack a Day I was originally doing on YouTube alone. I was just doing it on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like year 2 came around, and I'm like, why am I not doing this everywhere?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why am I not doing this everywhere?
Yeah.
So I'm like, once the video is recorded, I just need to upload it on TikTok. I just need to upload it on Instagram, and I just need to upload it on YouTube. So
right.
It goes all everywhere. But
that's what she said.
Each platform offers, yeah, exactly. That's what she said. But
sorry.
But each platform offers like different aspects to things. You know what I mean? Like TikTok is a little bit more chaotic, where I don't have like a specific. I can't figure out the algorithm. I don't understand it. It just is a thing.
Yeah.
Right? So I just kind of put stuff on there. And Instagram, obviously, I can upload photos. I can upload stories. I can be a little bit more personable there.
Yeah.
And while also uploading content.
Yeah.
And then YouTube, you obviously get the long form video. Like you're not going to get my collecting all PSA 10 alternate arts from Sword and Shield era in
short form.
You can't get that on Instagram.
Yeah.
You can't get that on TikTok, but you can get it over there. Or Tin Tuesday. I could go live on Instagram, but it's not the same. Like it won't be the same. You know, that same like the vibe. I like the professional setup. You know, I can't do that.
Right.
I could go live in front of my. It's totally different. But yeah, I'm uploading more. Like today I uploaded twice. You know, some days I upload twice. Some days but it's short form is much easier to do.
Right.
And I don't think I've mastered it in any sense, because it's not like I have like. I would love for like I go to Best Buy, I go to Walmart, I go all these like I would love for these companies to be reaching out to me and being like, "Yo, we're gonna pay you to do this." That is probably the real deal success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But but at the same time, I do feel like it is worth the 10 minutes to go to Walmart to get a pack and do that, because it's relatable.
Yeah.
People do it, and that's why it's relatable. But also today I uploaded a little video about like some random business, family-owned business that it's like an anime fig shop that I went to.
Yeah.
And she like reposted it. She was so happy. She was like, and so that to me is success. You know, that to me is success. Is like, okay, sure, my pack a day got like 20,000 views, but her being really happy over somebody making a video about her like
her shop.
Yeah, that is success in my eyes. You know, so like it goes back to that. It goes back to that stuff. But yeah, I'm doing more than like on Instagram. Probably 7 out of 7 days a week. I'm probably 3 to 4. There's like 2 pieces of content that go up there at least. So it's
even though you say it's not as difficult, honestly, it's pretty. The consistency is what the difficult part is. Not necessarily uploading here and there. The consistency and the consistency you had throughout to do it. I think that's the challenge. And you may not have mastered the actual content, but you're starting to master like the discipline of it and making it come to light, and it's reflected as far as your following or the recognition that you get. I feel like, I mean, I think I told you briefly at a car party, there was when me, Pat, Gonzo, and Dan and everybody else were down there in San Diego filming that part 9 binder challenge video. After we went to go get food, right? We went to this chicken spot. We were just talking, chilling, and without me bringing your name up or anybody, Dan was like, "Yeah, who's really killing it right now? POWDR." And I'm like, this is facts, like without a doubt. And I think that is for me, I feel like that's an accomplishment. I feel like even though we do this, selfishly sometimes for ourselves, but we do want to do it for others. It's nice to get that recognition in order to, feel like, okay, I'm on the right path. I'm doing this, and it's it's getting noticed, because you could do it for the longest time and you could get not noticed at all, and it's really it could be disappointing, and it could turn you off from trying to do any type of videos or content anymore. But man, like I said, I'm not here to glaze anything or any by any means, but damn.
Full glaze, bro.
Okay, fine. All right, fine. Let me go get it.
Chat glaze. Go ahead, glaze me, chat.
Hey,
Go ahead.
hey,
No, I'm kidding.
Yo, what did we just ask the chat to do right now?
But no, but you I think what you're saying is so right, because like I think, like, for example, like I talk about you in that sense to other people. Like I think what you do it's your community. That's so what it is here's what it is. There's some people's chats where you see people and they are nowhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is really cool, because you have that. You have people that don't care about anybody else because they are so attracted to you. And that's awesome. That is great.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man.
So like you've done a great job at like holding on to that. But not only are they attracted to you, but they also want to support you. If you do your like I've tried the what's it called? I've tried the like the rip and ship stuff.
Yeah.
I do it here and there. I do it once a month whenever a big set comes out.
Yeah.
That's like a big part of your stream.
Yeah.
But you are consistently getting people that are willing to go, hey, open my packs for me. You know what I mean? Like that is really cool, because people trust you. That in my eyes is a lot of success too.
Oh man,
so, like,
I feel
don't cut yourself short. Like that's insane. That's amazing.
I think at the end of the day, we should just feel blessed that people come through to support us. Period. And I think I feel always like I'm always shorting them because I'm like, damn, I really want to make more content, and I'm doing it now, guys. I'm telling you, I'm doing it. So it's like, yeah, I feel excited about that aspect. I think for a little while there, I was missing like the creativity aspect of things. You know, going live is awesome. It's fun. I enjoy interacting with everybody in here. Professor Metre coming in on the $2 super chat, dog. It doesn't show on camera, but POWDR is swole, dude.
No.
Oh my! He hasn't been to the. He could skip the gym for the next 2 years, and he'd still be swollen than everybody in here. No.
I disagree, but
no, I'm not even lying, man. He pushed weight. He could push weight at the gym. But yeah, it's like I think being able to like come into YouTube and being, you know, successful, whether it's like, I don't see it as a moderate successfulness. Like I just see it as a win no matter what, because I didn't think I would be to the point where I'm at with this content. But you know, it's a blessing every time I get to be in here, and you know, people come in here for the podcast just to see a couple of us talk. You know, so that's one of the biggest things I'm very proud of, the podcast. You know, bringing it here to you, and then for you. Having you come on the podcast, dude, this has been a minute in the making. I know we talked about it.
Yeah.
It's it's almost a year, I think. So it's been difficult, you know, just times just don't line up, you know, things happen. You recently went over to was it Pokec, right? They had a pop-up, the Soho pop-up, right? And was that this past weekend?
Yeah, it was. It was this past weekend. It was such a great experience because it was like a weird like concept, because it wasn't something you see every day, but for New York City, that's like a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, for as crazy as New York City people,
Soho is no joke, you know?
Yeah, like to put a shop in that situation and have people show up and do that was crazy. Like Metre could talk about it too. Like Long Island, outside like the suburbs of New York, has tons of card shops. You go to New Jersey, tons of card shops. Connecticut, tons of card shops. Upstate New York, tons of card shops. But
in the city,
you actually get into the city where you think there's going to be this stuff, there isn't. There really isn't that group of people that are doing that. It's just not feasible. It's like everybody goes, "Hey Pat, can we do card party in New York City? It's the biggest city ever." But
overhead on that would be crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, like what Anime NYC, Comic-Con, like the biggest of the biggest, most established conventions are able to do it.
Yeah.
Because they're the biggest of the biggest.
Yeah.
That's how it works. You know what I mean? Like Collecticon just happened in Jersey. Of course they would want to do New York. But nobody can afford that. Nobody can afford the Javits Center. Like, it's just so expensive.
Yeah.
Like, nobody can afford it. Comic-Con does, Anime NYC, and that's about it. Like, you just can't get that type of stuff. So yeah, like, for them to do that was great. I still haven't seen, but that's my point, is like, I went there, I still haven't I haven't even taken the footage off my SD card to start like editing it or do something like that. It's so.
And for those of you guys that don't know, Pokec is they're a trading card shop. They're like a better, not better, but like a bigger LGS, right? Where are they actually based out of, man?
So they are based in New York City.
Okay.
In New York City, but they have like a very small, like situation. It's not like some huge, gigantic card shop, because you're paying New York City rent. You're paying, you know, like things like that.
They got to be realistic with it and everything. Yeah.
Exactly. There's like a couple different things, you know. And that also changes price points for them. You know, like at the end of the day, like New York City price points aren't going to be the same if they need to pay their overhead on their actual like space. They might have to sell a card for $10-$20 more than it might be. But it goes back to that concept of like, if a New Yorker walks in, I guess it's fine. I'll pay the $10 on this.
It's all relative to that, but Pokec is a LGS. They were at Card Party this past year, and POWDR, you were able to, you know, connect with them, just as, you know, a lot of creators do with certain like LGSs, just to make that networking aspect happen. And they invited you to come out to their Soho pop up. I don't know, like, if you want to talk on that, because you made content around it. So I mean, I don't want you to give up any of the content that you have. But what was the experience like when you got there? You know, kind of give me a rundown of what you can say about how it was.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Like, well, they invited me out, so they definitely. I did get a little bit of extra. What do you call it? Treatment.
Yeah,
Like,
extra glaze.
not. Yeah, not yeah, extra glaze, not celebrity treatment, but like I was invited guests, so
Yeah.
I didn't have to wait in the line. But like, the line was huge. There were tons and tons of people that wanted to be there. The line was going around the corner at one point, and I'll show that in my video. But there was that, and but like what they wanted to show was that there are a bunch of people that love Pokemon. It wasn't just Pokemon cards. They're a TCG shop, but they also had merch,
Right.
like Pokemon themed merch. They have an in-house artist who designed a bunch of decals and stickers and pieces of merch for them that they are able to sell. So it's pretty cool. It's really really cool. It was an awesome experience. And then they had IRL streamer. His name is Mr. Keem.
Okay.
He does like he's done that, like, you know, he puts a camera on his backpack and just walks around city, walks around like in Jersey, New York, all this stuff, and does that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So he does like he was there, he did a big box break, so they had your modern stuff, but they also had their like expensive vintage stuff.
Right.
They had you know, slab cases, they had binders, all that stuff. They worked with Voltex, and I'm pretty sure the Voltex the release date on those binders was like after their event. So like if you wanted those binders early and you could go to this event, you technically, they worked with Voltex and were like, hey, we're gonna get sell these early. This is like early sales.
Oh, that's cool.
Technically,
That's cool.
yeah. So like it was like no joke of a situation, like for them to, like, you know, be able to like pull this space off, because this was the official Shopify space in New York City.
Oh.
Like, people have used this space. Like, people like Kylie Jenner has used this space to promote her, like, you know, like brands or whatever. Like,
right.
this was not like some small space. This was like some really
super
well put together
upscale. It's Soho, man. I know. I've been to the area in that place. I know it's like it's no joke to make a pop up and have it happen right there, especially in Soho. It's a premier destination for shopping, for tourists.
Yeah,
you know, all
this
of
wasn't
that.
like putting up a tent at a flea market. This was like hardcore. They did a great job, and I want to work with them again. I already came up with some ideas with them, and
That's awesome
for the future. So we'll see where it goes. Obviously, ideas are just ideas until you know, put them into effect and actually like make something out of them. But we'll see where it goes.
And I think that's another level of success too. That's another level of success, you know, to be invited to something, to be a part of something like that. You know, they reach out to you. I think that no matter what anybody says, I think if a company ever reaches out to you and like, hey, like a legitimate company reaches out to you, not some random company that you're like, this is a scam. A real company reaches out to you and you're like, oh wow, like you really, like, that's the feeling I had with like Card Party. I'm sure that's kind of the feeling you had with Card Party as well. I mean, going to that from where you started to, you know, being where you're at now on IG, on YouTube, being able to, you know, work with different brands at this point, you know, whether, you know, they're big brands or small brands, being able to work, you know, collaboration, it's a big deal, man, especially in our space, like the Pokemon space. It's still a very niche space. It's not a space that gets like as much recognition as, you know, like other places, you know, that are giving brand deals out left and right. And it's more, you know, it's easier to make the money, as you know, because we're all about it, man. You know, we're all about the money. But it's good to see you being able to reach like these different people and, you know, have success in your platform. And, you know, another place you have been successful and, you know, being featured is Card Party. Were you featured last year, or was it this year your first year being featured?
Last year, I think it was a little like, it was like I was invited creator. Like, I think there was a little difference. So like my goal was, I got featured this time. I got put on stage. We did that. That
was so much fun, dude. The vibes were fun on that one.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was like, you know, it was good, but like I want to go bigger. Like I want to
Yeah.
do like the main stage next year. That's like
Mhm.
my goal. But it's all like, step by step process. I can't things like this don't happen overnight. And for some people they do. Trust me. There's plenty of people where things do happen overnight for. And
Yeah.
some people got to go through the hard work. Some people hit the algorithm, some people hit 100,000 or some people come in from other niches and are able to do it too. That's all like fair. Like, like I'm not, there's no judgment from me to all those people. They work to
Mhm.
do what they got to do. But in personally, like, yeah, I went from being just a guy who like had to email them last year. Like I think I actually, it was Ian. Ian was the one I was like, I hit
Dude,
up Ian. I
I
was
was
like,
in the same boat. I was in the same boat, man.
yeah. I had to hit up Ian. I'm like, hey, man, like, how do I get involved with this? He's like, give me your email. I'm gonna like get this stuff to you. And then they reached out to me, and it was like I had to go through like different mediums to actually even get my face on their website. And this
Mhm.
year, I'm getting emailed before any of it even happens. I'm getting a DM from Pat saying like, "Hey, this is the date. This is what we're doing. We want you out here."
Yeah.
Um, I would have loved to do more because I'm available to do more, but obviously he has his plans, he has his schedule, he has those type of things to do. So, but the point is, it just motivated me to do it next year. I didn't get on
Yeah.
stage this year. Okay, next year I'm going to get on stage. I'm going to
Right.
get on the big stage. People are going to
Step by
see
step.
me for who I am on the big stage. And it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen because I'm just that guy. But like the point is, it
No, I
takes,
love it, man, because I think we kind of try to be really humble in this space, and I come from like a sports background, so it's like a little bit of cockiness is fine. A lot of cockiness is not good, but just have a little bit of swagger to yourself, and I like that, man.
yeah,
You ain't
I
gotta
mean,
worry about
listen,
it.
at the end of the day, you're so right though. Like for example, like Messi and Ronaldo are allowed to be cocky. Like
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like LeBron's allowed to be cocky. Steph
yeah,
Curry's allowed to be cocky. Like so there are like levels to it. But hey, if you hit a sick three,
yeah.
you know,
You gotta show them. You gotta
yeah,
show them.
say it. Let people know. Let people know. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's just, but you got to put the work in. You can't
Yeah,
just like you can't just say like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then like if nothing comes to fruition because you didn't put the work in, then what are you gonna do?
mm,
Like what can you say? A lot of it is on me. A lot of it is up to me. Like I do need to sit down and get my camera out and put my
yeah,
SD card in and edit the video. I do
yeah,
need to make sure that I have a pack a day that I record sitting in that corner back there uh, to upload. I have to make these things like possible for me. I can't just hope it to happen. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like it is what it is. Some people, like I said, some people it happens for some people. Some people you have to make it happen. You
yeah.
know, like you got to make your own luck sometimes, I guess.
No, yeah. I mean, it's like when timing meets opportunity, but you've already put that work in, so you're ready for it. You're already ready for it. So, and I think you're to that point where like, if the opportunity presented itself, you'd be able to make anything happen because you had the experience. On camera, the personality is awesome. It's great. The behind the hit skills, behind the screen skills, editing is great, and it's always improving and getting better. And you edit your own videos, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, everything from
yeah.
my daily videos to like my
Long
main
form.
videos.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think that's
everything.
like a big thing because as much as the creative parts of trying to put together something that'll be fun is great, but unless you can actually like edit together and make it happen. And I think that's like something that is always a little bit missed in the Pokemon community. Like it's either outsourced or like it's just we don't put enough time and effort into honing that type of skill set. And I think you do a really good job, man, of making it happen and keeping it
Yeah,
all in house until you get to that point where you're like, nah, man, I gotta outsource this because it's just
yeah.
you gotta use your time as wisely as possible.
But listen, like when it comes to the financials, like people think that anybody that has any sort of substance or face on YouTube is making thousands of dollars for some reason.
Yeah.
That is not true whatsoever. Like I don't make thousands of dollars. If I did, I you know, like life would be totally different if I was making thousands of dollars on YouTube. This would not be like,
He's lying, guys. He's a multimillionaire.
yeah. I'm contractually obligated to say this stuff, but the point is, like, yeah, of course, if I could, I'd be able to put out more videos probably, because instead of, like, if I put out a video and I make $1,000 from it and I pay somebody $300 to edit the video, then I now am able to just, while that person is editing, go record another one,
make a new video, and just it's just a repeating cycle.
Exactly. And once again, no shade to people that are doing it. They
absolutely
probably
not
earned where they are by doing it. You know, like Rev is able to Rev is able to put out a video every day.
But he's also been able to put the work in previously. Like he didn't always have an editor. Like I know I've talked to like Trainer Trey before, who edited it for him early on. And he was like, yeah, he used to do his own videos and everything. But you get to that point, and it's just like, it's not feasible.
It's not like he didn't work hard to get there. He had to work hard to get there. But exactly, you're right. After a certain point, it's like, why should I do it if I can? And then you could put in more effort elsewhere, you know. So like that's just how it goes. Like if I'm making any money, it just goes right back into like shipping for giveaways and things like that, or like, you know, I came up with that. Like I just did that Luigi T-shirt, like paying for the artist to create that. You know what I mean? So like. It's these type of aspects, but obviously in Rev's case, it's not just like, it's probably not just Rev's case. Let's talk about like Pat. Like he has people that he has to pay.
Yeah.
Like it's not like people are just doing this for free. Like, you know, they have to. These are people working. These are jobs for people. So it's totally different. Like people think like, oh, you know, this guy earned $1,000. It's just going directly into his pocket. I promise you, it most likely isn't. And fun fact, YouTube and content creation is 99% of the time untaxed. So so like you have to, like, at the end of the year, you have to pay taxes on that. So it's
sucks.
Like, exactly, like you have to pay your idea guy, you have to pay your thumbnail artist, you have to pay your editor, you have to pay like if you need an audio engineer, these things. It's but yeah, so like people might look at these people like they're not, you know, they're not working hard, but
there's a lot, man.
There's a lot that goes into
there's a lot.
But I will say though, that to me, like, they're working super hard, but the person that's doing it by themselves, forget me, like, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about Mike, who puts out videos. I'm talking about Serge, who comes home from working and then sits down to, like, you know, like those people, they deserve just as much credit. The people that are able to do it themselves, just as much credit. Metre, for example, is a great, like, that video that he uploaded, that documentary-ish type video about like the history of Pokemon.
Fire.
Great video, but he did it himself.
Yeah.
So I have tons of respect for that.
Man.
That, like, so
I always look at those like individuals that are like, you know, doing it solo, you know, until, you know, maybe they're able to go up to that level where they can, you know, hire some help to help them out. You know, it's really cool to see it happen. Metre's been putting some crazy work. I think I did a podcast not too long ago, and I mentioned Metre as like someone that's, you know, you got to keep an eye on this kid right here, because Metre, he's on the way up. And dude, meeting him at Card Party, he was a vibe all in himself, dude. He was so happy, such a good time, man. So Metre, shout out to Metre, dude.
Smiling.
Yeah,
always
man.
smiling.
I'm like, bro, stop smiling at me. I thought New Yorkers weren't supposed to be so friendly, man.
No, yeah, he's a smiley guy. He's a good dude, and I just hung out with him last weekend at
the pop-up.
At the pop-up. So it was like a really good, you know, way to connect with him again. But yeah, there's tons of content creators out there that are making good content, and you just don't know. You know what I mean? Like you genuinely do not know that. Like, there's probably a bunch of people that obviously I'm not like some gigantic person, so they probably don't know I exist. They probably don't know Metre exists. They don't, you know, they don't know you exist. They don't know other people exist. So you gotta, I don't know, search, find, you might find your new favorite person. Like, you never know. Like, who knows? You might find your new favorite person. You might not. You might find somebody you might not like. So, you know, hey, I don't really care. That might be the content that you don't want. So yeah,
I think one of the best parts, like on the live stream, is when someone says like genuinely says, you know, I just found your channel. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm like, that makes me feel really good about, the product that we put out and, the fun we get to have on the live streams. Switching from like the content aspect of everything, just to the pure collecting part of stuff. How long had you been collecting, or have you been collecting on and off?
I mean, I've been a Pokemon fan for my entire life. Like I have cards since I was a kid. Like I probably was collecting my least when I was in like college, but like that's just because I was like doing other stuff with my money. Like I'm going out with friends and things like that. Like you
Pokemon's
really,
not the first thing that comes to mind at that point.
Exactly, and a lot of things I gave up on a lot of things. Like there was a point where your late night COD group. You know what I mean? Your late night Call of Duty group. Like everybody, like most people have a late night COD group. Like if you're a guy my age, like you've gone through it, right?
Yeah.
But there's points where I got on after like 2 years, and they were like, dude, where have you been? You know what I mean? It's things like that. So it's like you prioritize different types of parts of your life. I talked about that triangle earlier, like sleep, social, work. Like you gotta, one part is going to give at sometimes. It's different.
Yeah.
We all know what you were doing in college. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that. That's a different podcast.
We can bring it up right here. What were you doing in college, sir? We have a couple questions right here that I was given by the FBI, and we want to know things. What were you doing with that one friend of yours? Yeah. Now you got to play the fifth, man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Putting the fifth back then too.
Yeah, you got to play the fifth, bro.
Right now. But yeah, like there's different points where I was collecting. There's different points where I wasn't collecting. Like there's so much. I don't know. Everybody goes through ups and downs. Pokemon's never been not part of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like always been part of my life in some way. Whether it's the video games, whether it's the anime, whether it's the cards, whether it's a different form of the video games, like Pokemon Unite, for example. Playing that, or whatever it might be. It's always been part of my life.
I think that's a good way to put it too, because in that aspect too, like Pokemon's always been a part of my life. Maybe not necessarily the TCG, but the games or the anime. Like I would always go back to watch the anime for some reason. I felt like a little ass kid. I was already in like high school and college. Like I kind of want to watch this again, or going back just to go on eBay to buy like a DS to play like an older video game, just to bring back some memories.
We talk about collecting. Like at one point, I was shiny hunting in the games. I was collecting shiny Pokemon. So it's like that's a form of collecting, So it's like it's all different. It's all like relative to what you were doing. But like, I don't think there has ever been a part of my life, like for the 28 years and whatever months, right?
Yeah.
I have lived. Like Pokemon has not been a part of my life. It just has. It always has. So.
That's I mean, it's always been a fun thing to be a part of, man. And making content out of it is just kind of like a plus. And you are kind of like me in that aspect where we didn't necessarily start off our YouTube channels, at least, strictly on Pokemon. Like you did video games, right? Or were you on the video game side of things,
doing,
right?
Like, different stuff. Yeah, I mean, like it wasn't like at first it was like video games. There was a shooter game called Uncharted. I was doing like very like it was a super niche community. I was doing content on that. Then of course there was like everybody went through like a Minecraft like phase on their channel. So I did Minecraft for a bit. I did everything under the sun that you could think of. And then finally like Pokemon, I did settle on it, but it was like the video games, it was shiny hunting. And then years later, I'm just sitting at home collecting cards, and my younger brother goes, dude, why don't you just put this on camera like you used to make content? Why don't you do it on this? So I started doing it,
That's and I think I don't know when you started on the Pokemon stuff, but I mean I remember when Mount Killa, he put like a random message to go show love to this person right here, POWDR TCG, and I clicked on the link and I was like, all right, let me go check this guy out. He's probably not gonna be nothing, he's gonna probably be some boring old run of the mill guy. But dude, I clicked on it and I was like, man, this guy's killing it. Like where like let me and then from there it was like always pop in to show love. And I'm glad that you are able to reach the point and be part of like the bigger scale of the community compared to like when I first saw you to now, dude. It's just like it's like not, I don't want to say night and day, but it's just good to, I like to see people win in their own regard, in their own, you know, personal like endeavors and everything like that. So it's just been really cool to see you, you know, come up and grind your way to where you're at right now. And dude, like I said, it's gonna keep on rolling because I don't see you stopping anytime soon, right?
No, I don't have plans of stopping, but obviously, like, you know, like there comes a point,
life dictates when you stop,
exactly. Like, there's gonna be different aspects of life. Like, if I get married and have kids, like, I can't tell them, like, my wife, yo, hey, dude, I'm gonna spend $200 to $300 a week on Tin Tuesday. You know what I mean, like, that's like a whole different, like, you can't do that. Your priorities change.
Right.
So yeah, like, it's different. I don't know. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, but who knows what happens? You know, who knows what happens? Like, I can't dictate what's gonna happen. I can't tell you what's gonna happen tomorrow. I really don't know. I wish I could tell you.
Hey, you could pop off. You could go to sleep tonight, and then tomorrow there could be 1.5 million subscribers to your channel. You're gonna be like, "What the hell just happened?" Yeah, I mean, you never know.
No,
you never know, man.
Know. Like, randomly speaking, like, seriously, it happens all the time. Yeah. Like, you see it all the time you see it on TikTok, you see it on Instagram. Overnight, something goes viral, or randomly Mr. Beast says, "Oh, go check this guy out." Or, you know, like it happens. You genuinely don't know, but it's possible. It's totally possible. You catch algorithm overnight, your videos just blow up. Who knows? Everything, or I could wake up tomorrow and, you know, God forbid something goes wrong, and I go like, hey, I can't continue this. I have to sell my stuff. You know, like that happens too. I see it all the time. I see people coming in all the time, like, hey, got married, got to buy a house. You know, got to sell my stuff, and it is what it is. That's life.
At least that's like a good thing to sell your stuff. I see people come in here all the time and like, oh, I went overboard. I made mistakes, you know, and then they have to get rid of everything, or they, you know, go into a financial ruin with it too. So it's like the hobby is a very difficult thing to navigate at times for, you know, new people coming in here.
The last few years have been rough for a couple people, for sure. Like, I could tell you, I know somebody specifically, I won't name any names, but like, I know someone specifically who bought like a vintage box, bought it at the peak. But like, you also have to like understand and know this is where knowing your audience is important, knowing what your limitations are. Yeah. Because I know somebody who bought a vintage box at peak, you know, right around like you know, during the pandy, something like that, when things were like blowing up.
Ridiculous.
Somebody bought a box at peak, thought that they could do a break on it, was unable to sell any packs, and then the price of the box dropped like $3,000-$4,000, and they've been, you know, it's tough. You're out $3,000-$4,000. That's a lot of money. That's not like, it's hard to explain that to people, you know. The market is a scary thing, especially when you're dealing with that, like, levels of that magnitude of like vintage stuff like that. So it's like, you definitely want to be around for a minute before you decide to think you were able to, you know, push that type of product, you know, to do a break, or even like buy it on your own and just keep it sealed. You know, you gotta make smart decisions. You know, I've made mistakes. I think probably much anybody in content creations has made mistakes, whether it be, you know, buying product, or, you know, buying equipment that eventually, like, oh, this was a mistake to buy all this at this one time. So it's just a learning curve, and I say it's like, do your research on anything you're gonna get into before you actually try to make it happen. Yeah, becoming like, randomly people were like, oh, we're gonna become a card shop, and bought a bunch of stuff and can't get rid of it. Like, how many like cases? I have like tons and tons of Shining Fates ETBs. like Pokemon like just randomly printed those out. Like, you could get those now for retail or less, probably. Yeah, Shining Fates went crazy for like a minute. Failure, I mean, wait, what was this? Heart? Sorry. Failure and mistakes are learning to everyone does it. Yeah, Heart, it is. Everybody learns and has to like fix it. But with like Shining Fates, I remember those were like going for like $90 to $100 a ETB at one point. And yeah, now they're back to normal. You know, it's a good thing for some, and it's a bad thing for others that, you know, went like too much on it. And then like for you, I guess you can just hold it for like, I mean, for the longest time. I wasn't paying like $90 a box for them. I was lucky enough to be paying like whatever the retail value was, or whatever. So like so not a huge issue for me. I put them away. I could sleep on it. Eventually, sure, it's going to be $100 a box. Like that's just how Pokemon works. Eventually, like even Pokemon Go tins are going to be $50, $60 a box, like a tin. Like
which is going to be a wild time. It's going to be a wild time to see.
And people think it's not, but trust me, like in 15, 20 years, it just is. Like, that's just how things work.
There's a ton of vintage stuff that people like slept on at the time, and now to this day is like, wow, like Legendary Collection in the moment, it was not a big hit. It was not a big hit. You talk about Legendary Collection now, it's like one of the most revered sets in all of Pokemon. So you never know. And I'm by no means am I comparing Pokemon Go to Legendary Collection, but the same concept applies. You know, you never know what the people will dictate will be popular in the future, or you know, it has the Pokemon Go aspect to it too. Some people might be super nostalgia for that set 30 years down the line, however many years it will be, but it's a long time from now.
Yeah, it's not going to happen overnight.
No,
some things do happen overnight. You never know. Like
the tag teams going up like in price exponentially was a crazy little thing that we kind of experienced.
Tag teams, we saw it with waifus. We saw the waifu craze. Like the other day I saw like Lily from Sun and Moon, base set Sun and Moon. At one point it was like $100 card. I said for $30. I saw Marnie from base set Sword and Shield. It was like a $80 card. I saw it for $30. Like, so everything corrects, you know, and that was like a big aspect of like why I have taken a little bit of a break on the Sword and Shield alternate art challenge that I'm doing, is because I'm watching it. I'm watching
come down right now. Yeah, it's coming down.
Like I bought like during the rise for a couple things. Didn't buy the peak, but I'm seeing a lot of things crash. Like, you know, there was things I could have probably paid like $600-$700 for, but I'm gonna end up paying $400-$500 rather than $600-$700. So
yeah, it's crazy. It's all a bubble. It's a market. It's a bubble. It's gonna go up, and you're like, okay, it's gonna go. Like it's just, you know, deciding on exactly when it's gonna pop, you know, to sell or to then buy when it goes back down. You know, so it's just. You know, it fluctuates so much. It could be a gamble, just like Pokemon itself. It could be a gamble.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary though. It is. Scary.
It is.
You know, I'm lucky to say that it's a long form content, that I'm doing it over the course of the year. This challenge.
Yeah.
But if this was like a week, like, you know, if I chose a weekend to do this challenge and it was like card party weekend, it would have been ridiculous. Like,
that's another thing too. You got to be realistic with the things that you can manage at your level at this point. And it's not like saying that like you couldn't do it, but on your own, asking all of that, it's not realistic. If you have a team around you, then it could possibly be managed, but you know, it's just being realistic about the amount of you know, content you can put out at one time.
Exactly. It's tough, but there's a lot that goes into it. Work from your end, work from, you know, people around you. I mean, you the viewers work, like you guys work. Like there's people that have taken like every Tuesday, like they've requested when they get a job, they'll request like, hey, Tuesday I can't work. I mean, that's like their thing, because like a lot of what you do, what I do, it's become TV for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like,
which is crazy.
TV. It is crazy, but like that's where we are in the world of technology. That's where we are in the world of media. For a lot of people, Twitch streams are their TV. You know, instead of watching, like I said, people were sitting down to watch Game of Thrones every Sunday night. Well, some people are spending the time on Monday to watch Pat Flynn. Some people are sitting down Tuesday to watch me. Some people are sitting down Wednesday to watch you. So like it's all part of like it's just a part of it. So
everything I watch on TV is pretty much a stream. If it's not like an NBA game or like a sporting event, like I'm watching it on the streaming service. Even on those, you could just get on the streaming service. But I don't remember the last time I watched like a movie that's like just on regular cable. It's just always been streaming or just on YouTube.
I don't flip through channels anymore.
I don't deal with that peasantry. I don't deal with that peasantry anymore.
That's beneath me. Okay, cable beneath me. All right. No, but in all seriousness, that's what we are. We are the entertainment for people in a lot of different ways, you know?
Yeah.
A couple people, like some mods, their mods are like I said, they're volunteering. A lot of them are, you know? but they are taking the time to be available for 2 hours of a time slot to do work to an extent. You know what I mean? So,
no, man.
Don't unionize mods. Unionize.
We're gonna lose all of them. We're gonna have to mod each other's streams from now on. They're gonna be like, yeah, we should ask for daily checks. No, okay, it's just not gonna happen. All right, at least not for me.
It's not happening.
Maybe one day.
I can't offer benefits. Okay.
Oh man. Also, how are you gonna compare Pokemon Go to Legendary Collection? Pogo is far superior at CK plays. This is facts. Yeah. Powder, we do have a couple questions in here on the questionnaire, so I'll jump into that right now.
Yeah, by all means.
Catch 'em all 22 said, first, Joey, what's up? What's up, Catch 'em? Good to see you, bro. Second, Powder, on a daily basis, do you ever take days to chill or do other hobbies, or is it all Pokemon all the time, 24/7?
No, I do like a lot of other stuff,
Can't think of.
You have to understand. Yeah, there's like a burnout. Like I can't like. I'm able to hang out in your streams because I like to stay up late.
Yeah.
So you stream when I'm up, so I'm able to have you on like screen number 1 while I'm working on screen 2 and screen 3. You know what I mean? So that's like fine. But like people are gonna burn out. I can't make every stream of every friend of mine because I also might not be entertained by it. You know what I mean? That's a fun fact. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna say names, but there might be people that I don't find entertaining. That's okay. I still support them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, but yeah, like I'm not doing Pokemon 24/7. I'm thinking about things all the time in the back of my head, like content to make, or hey, this was pretty cool. I should try this. I should try that. I need to get this card. I need to get this plushie. I need to do. I get this product or keep. That happens, but. No, I refuse to say names. I'm not going to say names. But point being is, yeah, no, 24/7. No, like I'm playing. I play Monster Hunter. That's one of my favorite games.
That's a great game.
I play with my buddies. I love watching soccer. I like literally. I get up at I watch the English Premier League, so I'm up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. some days on Saturday, Sunday to watch teams play.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, there's no way it's Pokemon 24/7. I would not be able to live. I don't.
Yeah, I think there's you talked about burnout earlier. I think if you make everything revolve around it 24/7, I think I was doing that a little bit too much for my own liking at some point. So I think I had to take a step back and just really rethink it and use my time a little bit more wisely and make sure okay, around me you guys see the setup, it half the time it's a mess, 70-80% of the time it's a mess in here, and I was just cleaning. My wife said 95% of the time it's a mess in here, but I'm trying to clean it. There takes time for that. Take time away from this to do other things, and you don't want to miss out on life too. So I think it's important to take that time to have other things going on.
100%. Yeah. If you have to, I love Pokemon. Trust me. I love this more than anything. I'm not going to say I love it more than anyone, but I love it more than anything. This is my favorite thing. I love Pokemon, but at the same time, if I just can't do it 24/7. I work a full-time job. But also want to hang out with my friends. Even during this past weekend, I went to go hang out with friends. I had to go get dinner. I had to do things. So outside of that, you got to do other things. You have to do other things. You can't. Otherwise, you will feel a burnout. As a content creator, you will 1000% see burnout. 1000% you will see burnout.
And I think that sometimes the time away is the time you need to come up with a refreshing idea or something that makes you happy and not just doing the same thing over and over and over again like you're a machine, because humans are not machines. They're not made to be doing this repetitive thing every single day of their lives. They want to do something else. They want to challenge themselves, and I think that's when the best thing comes out. Dude, is that getting to you? Are you
No,
over
it
it?
actually isn't. Somebody asked me this, and I don't know what it is, but I have been more motivated to do pack a day than ever.
I feel like it's like a challenge to yourself personally now at this point. Like, oh, I'm gonna kill this now. You know?
Yeah, because I used to do it in a very lazy way. I would sit down, I would open a pack, like right in front of camera. But now I've added like other aspects to it. Like, let's go get the pack at Walmart. You know what I mean? Let's go get a pack from.
You've added a story to it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm making it relatable in different ways. Opening the pack is just opening the pack. That would be the easiest thing ever. That would be the cheapest thing ever. I could literally buy 7-8 booster boxes, and put them aside, take a pack out every single day, right? That would be, but that's just it's easy. It's easy. It becomes repetitive. It becomes boring. You know what I mean? So I want to make it relatable. I also want to listen. I've talked about this before, but I think this is a great way for me to connect with brands. If if card shops want to come to me and say, hey, can we send you a pack for pack a day? You know what I mean? And you say you got it from us, I'll do it. Of course I do.
Bro, just send me the pack. I got you guys.
Send me the pack, because that way I won't what's it called? I won't be spending the money, but I can do it in a different way. It's a mail day pack now. You know what I mean? It is a pack a day. I'm gonna open the pack. It's a mail day pack though. But like,
there's still a story behind it too, because you could tell them about the company and how they reach out to you and all this to add on top of it before you even get into the actual pack opening. So people get interested in that.
Exactly. And it's informational too. Someone might not know Smok And Mirrors Hobby Shop exists until
it's a great shop.
Smok And Mirrors sends me and goes, sends me a pack and goes, hey, can you talk about us?
Yeah.
Or what's it called? I don't know. There's plenty of stores that are non-existent.
Yeah.
That if they want to work with me on something like that, I'd be happy to work with them on something like that. I am more motivated now than ever before. I was burned out when I was sitting in front because it was so boring. It was genuinely so boring to do that. Last year, back a day, I suffered through that by the end. I genuinely suffered through that because I was doing it in a manner where it was very, very boring. And I'm not bored anymore. I'm enjoying it. And you know what? A big part of that is also the viewership. The viewership has gone up. I'm not gonna lie; it's great. It's good to get views. It's good. It's
motivational, man. It's extra motivation.
It feels really good when somebody says, "I love." Oh, dude, I can't believe you finally pulled this card. You know what I mean? Or you've been trying to pull this card. If someone in the comment section goes, "Hey, what's the best card you pulled?" and somebody else replies to them and go, "Oh, on day 64, he pulled Charizard from 151."
That's crazy. That's a crazy feeling. That's a crazy feeling.
Somebody has been watching for that long. If people are in my chat going like, "Dude, please open Crown Zenith," it's on this day, or like that is a great like feeling. I have done an airplane pack, but not in the bathroom. I haven't done one in the bathroom, so, but.
Yeah, you got to do it next time, man. Hell of an airplane bathroom pack a day.
Yeah,
you got to book a flight for no reason.
But I'm sure it would be crazy if I did. Like, it would be insane if I opened a pack while skydiving.
Right.
It would be insane if I went if I could climb Mount Everest and being like opening a Pokemon booth. I promise you, not a single person in the history of history has gone to Mount Everest and opened a booster pack, and they could do it. It's weird things like that people like kind of like get interested in.
I climbed a mountain one time and opened the pack that's at the top of the mountain. That was pretty cool. I put it on my TikTok, although I don't know how to get back into my TikTok. So if you guys find Jay's Corner TCG on TikTok, that was me from a while back, and there's probably a video on there of me opening a pack at the top of a mountain.
So here's the funny thing. I'm surprised that you haven't looked at the TikTok part of things, because I think you as a big time rip and shipper, TikTok shop is killing it. I'm watching guys that are live 8 hours a day.
That's crazy.
Rip and shipping.
Yeah.
Rip and shipping. You know what I mean?
I think I'm so limited on time that adding another thing to my plate is less beneficial to myself than it would be beneficial, regardless of, money that you can make out of it. It's just not beneficial enough for my time at this point. I think the IG and the YouTube side of things is as far as I'm willing to go, based on like my life situation at the moment, you know, and even with the Discord as well. Like I fell off from my Discord because I'm like, for me, it's just not. I can't manage everything, and I'm done trying to juggle everything and adding on another thing to juggle, because something else, you know, feels like the negative effect of me spreading myself too thin, you know? So I think as of now, I'm like, all right, I just got to focus, like do YouTube, do IG, you know, work, be with family.
100% where you are able to.
And where I've established myself at this point, you know, maybe later on, we know, like I've built up like so many shorts, and I could just dump them into a TikTok, like, what do you call it? TikTok channel or page? Page. Like maybe I'll just be able to dump them like one by one in there too, to expand it. But like as of right now, it's just, I see it as a more of a time consuming negative than anything beneficial to myself right now. And I think kind of that's where I'm at with it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
Found a video opening a pack on a mountain. Dracozolt VMAX from Evolving Skies. Pull package total, found it. Yeah, you're right. Pack is exactly what I pulled from that pack. That's so funny, man. And I actually did there's a vlog of me hiking that mountain by myself in Colorado too, that I posted before. Like I moved things over to purely Pokemon on the channel and everything too. So I've been thinking about dumping some of those videos for members only, so maybe I will very soon, just for like the members, so that'd be pretty fun. POWDR, what do you have like coming up for like your channel? I know you want to bring back the alt art series, and you know you're waiting on like the kind of like the dip in order to come back in. Do you have like anything else like coming up for yourself?
Yeah, so pretty much when it comes to well, every Tuesday there's going to be a stream. There wasn't one yesterday because Pokemon companies screwed up with the ETBs and stuff.
Right.
Literally, like when you order a certain amount of something, your money is in that. So I can't just go out and start ordering other stuff, because it's like that's where my money was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm also like not super excited on this set, and I'm now even less super excited because it's like now I have to wait 2-3 weeks to actually open it. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
Every Tuesday, guaranteed there will be a stream. Tin Tuesday is like, that's like my baby. Like that is like something I've done, and that's probably where you get me in my most like interactive form of like, because I'm right there in front of you. You know, you have questions, you have questions, I'll have answers. You want to talk about trading, you want to talk about collecting, you want to talk about playing. There's people there that are wanting to do that. I might be wanting to do that. So that's one of my favorite things. But at the same time, like my biggest goal this year was to upload 4 long-term videos, 4 long form videos, excuse me. And the number one I did, that was like my first video with the PSA 10 collection challenge. So if you guys don't know, I have created a challenge where I want to collect every single Sword and Shield alternate art as a PSA 10, and I was lucky enough to have a couple already. Here, I have one sitting right here.
Yeah,
so, like show it all.
Show that thing.
I was lucky enough to like grade some myself. So
that counts, man.
You know, like the most expensive one I already had in my collection. Lucky, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's other ones out there
that are still up there.
Like I don't have Gengar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have Rayquaza VMAX or something like that. So it's like, but at the same time, while I was making this series, when I uploaded the first one, the prices were going up.
Right.
And the prices have now kind of stabilized, and they haven't completely gone back down to where they were before, but they're slowly going down, and I think they will continue to go down.
Yeah.
So over the course of June, I recorded 3 different conventions. What's it called? I bought some of these. So that video is being worked on right now. So that is going to happen. I'm hoping by the end of this month I can get that video out to you guys. But yeah, show us Conkeldurr. Like, it works. Like, you know, like somebody should be paying me to take that card off there. You know
The freaking Conkeldurr, man.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible. Still need it. You still need it.
Yeah.
You're still gonna need it.
I technically need it. That technically that counts. Pretty much every I think pretty much anything from I guess you would say Brilliant Stars. No, not Brilliant Stars.
Battle
Styles all the way to what was
Silver Tempest, because technically Crown Zenith is into Altarts. It's Galarian Galleries.
It's Galarian Galleries. So
yeah.
It's like the main set stuff pretty much. So yeah. But yeah, exactly. Conkeldurr is technically a alternate art.
Dude's in the stadium for no reason. He gonna lose whatever battle he's about to fight. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, like Conkeldurr, dude. Like what? Like they screwed that setup so badly. There was no like real deal connection to Pokemon Go. I don't even know what they were trying to. I don't know what the hell though. It doesn't matter.
They still missed the mark on Pokemon Go. I stand true to that. Hopefully, the next time they try to. Maybe they'll reprise it. I'm hoping.
I think they will.
Yeah,
I think they totally will.
They need to at some point, and I'm hoping like they do justice by like the new Team Rocket set they got coming out next year, the Dragon set, the Eevee set, all that. I mean, Scarlet and Violet is gonna go from like people brushing it off to people being just freaking hyped over it night and day. Like once those sets come out, and for sure, and everybody's gonna be like, I thought you didn't like Scarlet and Violet, and we're gonna be like, yeah, like I didn't, but now I do.
Yeah, but I like money.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
All right, Powder. I have. So I wanted to try a little different game with you. Like I've never done this on a podcast. I'm gonna say like, for example, I'm gonna say Gen 1 or Gen 2, and you had to just rapid fire. It's gonna be like a rapid fire questionnaire. And you're gonna like give me what you would like to pick. And I was, I don't know why I just thought to do this, but I'm like, all right, I want to add something different to the podcast, and I kind of want to. You're the guinea pig, all right. So I'm gonna give you some questions, and you're just gonna give me one or the other answer, and it isn't gonna just pertain to like Pokemon. It could be things in other aspects too. But you got to just give me
Pepsi.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Pepsi challenge right now. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get it. All right. So we'll start it off. Gen 1 or Gen 2?
Gen 1.
Booster box or 36 loose packs?
Booster box.
IG or YouTube?
YouTube.
Leg day or cardio?
I hate leg day, but like it's leg day. I hate leg day, but it's leg day.
All right. Moonbreon alts, VMAX, or the Gengar alt VMAX?
Moonbreon.
Team Magma or Team Plasma?
Plasma.
Team Rockets or Team Aqua?
Team Aqua.
Ooh, that's a one. Card Party or Collecticon?
Wait, hold on. Let's stop. Let's chill out right here.
All right, and mute your mic. All right. He gave me the answer, guys.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just kidding.
He's trying to screw with my money here.
And he's got things in both facets. I'm over here trying to.
He's trying to screw with my money here.
All right.
I'm definitely not like being he said.
Whoa. All right, no, for real though. Modern or vintage?
Modern.
Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network.
Disney Channel or Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network.
Basketball or football?
Like what football? Like we're NFL?
American football.
Basketball.
Basketball or soccer?
Soccer.
I like it. Argentina or what did I write down? Argentina or Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi
or
it's
Ronaldo.
Not even close.
Not even close. Damn, we out here starting things. I was thinking Argentina. I don't know why. I think I wrote Argentina right next to Messi's name, and it threw me off right now. All right, so I don't have any more at the moment. I only had a little bit of time to get some together, but I'm gonna expand on that, for the next couple of guests and run down like a crazy list of questions because I think it's fun to just give you guys rapid fire answers like that. And I'm gonna make Powder answer the Card Party or Collecticon next year. He's on the podcast.
Yeah. After if I get That depends on if Pat brings me on stage or not. If Pat brings me on the main stage, I'll say card party.
There's a lot riding on what Pat does next on this next move.
But he's got 2 chances next year to do so. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I mean, who knows? Who knows where I'd be? Like Collecticon could come up to me and be like, "Hey, listen, we want to pay you a bunch of money to make us content," and then I have to sign on to do that or whatever. Who knows? You know, but. They're 2 very different experiences. Have you done both, or?
So I've been to a Collecticon. I don't think I got the most out of it as I could have. So I'm trying to give it another chance, but at the same time, like the LA Collecticon, I feel like is one of the weakest Collecticons out of all of them. So I feel like it's never as, hyped up or, as many people were going that, I know. And, I think for me, the biggest part is, connecting with like people I know here on like YouTube and everything like that. So I was missing that the one time I went, although I did meet up with a couple guys back then, but I just think I need to give it another shot and see if it's enjoyable for me.
I think dude, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I know you're a very, very busy guy, right? But I think you're so lucky in like the group you have over there.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like it is insane.
Yeah.
Like Ian, Gonzo, Pat, for example, like you have people in your like area that you could really, really work with. And if you could find the time, I would love to see you guys do more of that stuff.
I have something in motion at the moment. And I'm hoping it becomes a series as time goes on. And cause I know, and I get it too. Like we are missing such a big opportunity for all of us together. And like you said, the timing aspect of things can be thrown off at times. So like, I think, if we plan things ahead of time and make it work, I think we can do a lot of things. And, I think Pat has put extra effort into bringing us together, whether we realize it or not, because, he's bringing us onto his videos and, giving us his time, to be part of it. So I'm like, all right, I want to expand on that and make things happen as much as possible.
So the reason I bring it up is I think it's not about success. Listen, I talk about success a lot because at the end of the day, if you're making content, that is a goal in the back of your mind. It just is.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are as a content creator. It is. It might not be about the money, but if you're making content, you're wanting to do it to grow in some sense, right?
Yeah.
You just want to do it. And I feel like when it comes to content, look at the biggest of the biggest over the course of YouTube. Over the course of YouTube. I'm not talking about like today. I'm not talking about like old school. I'm saying like there has been one constant, and it is always group stuff.
Yeah.
It's always group stuff. You look at the Sidemen, KSI, those guys in England.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To kill it.
Huge.
Yep.
Huge. Old school video game stuff, you look at the Creatures. You look at what's it called? Rooster Teeth got together. You know what I mean? It's like all these Smosh, same thing. Like sure, Ian and Anthony left, but there was a group that continued afterwards. And I feel like you have the people to do it.
Yeah.
And you see it in our community right now with the frat boy situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
capitalizing
like
on that real friendship and just like, all right, let's do something together,
Exactly. And they do it and they work together, and Rev's folk and Ryan's folks and all the other people, they might not even be making content, but the fact that they are there and able to be there, that's huge. You know what I mean? And it goes back to like Pat's videos of like having characters, like why would certain people, like for example, like Pat had certain people alongside him doing signings,
right?
Doing like meet and greets because they were characters in his content,
right?
So I feel like you guys, you have to capitalize on it, man.
Yeah.
You guys are so lucky.
Yeah,
like, I got Metre over here. Like, are you kidding me? This guy... No, I'm kidding. But no, we have like Metre and I talked about it, but I think it's so important that if you're able to connect like that and make it work, it will be insane. I also selfishly need more videos for Gonzo to wear my merchant. That's selfishly where I'm looking at this stuff.
Hey man, Gonzo needs to put the pedals to the metal on his card party video. He told me I think he told me in the end yesterday he was finally working on it, man. And I'm like, whew, okay, I don't feel as bad for slacking on my video production, you know. Gonzo out here slacking the most. Gonzo, make that shit happen, dude. But no, I 100% agree. I think so. I've done 2 like bigger streams with like inviting like other creators, you know, over to be on the stream. I did one like probably within the first year, and I had like 7 other creators with me. This year I did it like on the 5K stream, and everybody over here. But I would like to make that into like a long form content. I don't want to do it as a stream. I want to do it as long form content. Just because I don't know what that's just missing. It's just missing for me, and I love making it. I love creating something. I love the aspect of even like, so for the setup on the 5K stream, you know, the area I have right here, I took all this like out of here. So all this was moved over to a larger space. And I love even setting up like the puzzle, you know, how am I going to make this work? How am I going to be able to fit 5 other guys in here and, you know, make it. I like that. So I like the puzzle of, you know, creating something. And a lot of times I don't even know exactly the vibe I'm going for until it's all filmed, you know, and then I kind of see the vision of where I want this puzzle to be put together. So I don't know. That's how my mind works. And I think there was like a lax, like, I don't know, not as a significant of enjoyments with live streaming, because I'm like, all right, I'm not creating. I need to create. So I think right now I've been a little bit more excited just because I know I'm creating on the back end of the live streams too. It's not just the live streams, it's this and this. And I'm able to give people more substance, more content, not just the live streams.
Yeah. Dude, I feel the same way about live streams because I love doing live streams. I love them so much, but like the vibes are different. And I felt like I was missing out on like my creativity. I was missing out on like certain aspects of content. You know what I mean? But I enjoy live streams. I do love live streams, but the challenge videos, like you see a different aspect of me there. You know? Like in public, if you watch me, like, you know, you're seeing me in public go from table to table to pick something, try to find something. It's different than me just going like, at the end of the day, if I wanted every PSA 10 alternator, I go on eBay and I could just do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I could just do that. You know how easy that is? Pat can sit down and open up an ETB book and just start ordering cards off TCG Player.
Yeah.
But that's not going to be fun.
It's not fun.
That's not the same. So like live streams, I can't offer that on live streams. I love pulling big stuff on live streams. It makes for great moments. It makes for great clips to put on Instagram or on TikTok or on YouTube Shorts. But there's different aspect to stuff, and it's not all about me. It's totally not all about me. I'm from New England. I'm from Connecticut, right? At Card Party, in my video that should be out this month, every single vendor I worked with, I didn't even mean for this to happen, was from the Northeast. I don't even know how it happened. And these
man. I think
Florida.
That's wild, actually. That's good though. That's great.
But that's my point though. I didn't even know, like they were like, "Oh, you're from Connecticut? We vend at EC3." I'm like, "I go to EC3 all the time. I do like media there." And he was like, "How have we like never connected?" I don't know. I don't know how we didn't connect, but we somehow went all the way to Florida and we connected there.
That's funny.
So it's like, it's not all about me at the end of the day. It's about finding vendors, good vendors, and creating, like I said, I could order everything off eBay if I wanted to, but then I wouldn't have a connection with a vendor who I could potentially be like, "Hey, do you have this card?" "Oh, no, I don't, but you know, my partner does. Let me hit him up." You know, it's there's so much to it. And I feel like the group stuff that that I told you about, I think you guys would absolutely do great at that because you guys have the personalities that mesh together, but also it's like different character work from different people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So that's what it's so good. Like Gonzo is his own person.
Yeah.
Ian is his own person. Little Ian is his own person. So it's like you're your own person, you know, like that type of connection. It would be great.
I have we have some ideas. I know we have some ideas. But yeah, I think we legitimately need to be serious about it and just like sit down and be like, "Hey, let's schedule this. Let's make this happen." You know, because
Serge and I are like, we work so well together. You know, like we do, but we've never made a piece of content. I would love to. I know Metre and I can make good content if we wanted. you know.
Yeah.
But is it going to happen? Who knows?
Yeah.
But a lot of that is just sitting down and doing it.
Yeah.
And or standing up and doing it. I don't know. Whatever you gotta do, you gotta do it. So, and I feel like you guys would do so good with that.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I think it's like I said, I have something in the works that will slowly bring in more people into it that are all on our side. And yeah, I mean, I have a freaking group text with Ian and Gonzo that we like text quite often. So, and I was texting them about this the other day, about a day that I'm gonna, try to get down there to record it and everything. But it's just timing it, making it happen. It's just it's tough.
Easy.
It's not easy. That's the most difficult part, man. Time.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy being cheesy, man. Ricky says, J group text to the boys. Hey guys, we're starting the band. Hey, it's already the group text is ready, baby. Jay, you also have the case break. Yo, Pokec DJ. Yeah, putting it together, man. So, yeah, me and Pokec DJ and 4 others are going to be on a podcast live stream opening type of video on my channel, courtesy of Pokec. Well, not courtesy, but like he kind of put it together. So we'll be on like a live stream type of event thing going on very soon. So that'd be a lot of fun too, man. Shout out to my man Pokec DJ. Man, there's so many missed opportunities I feel like we have, and we know we're just scratching the surface still, like within the content and Pokemon. I always say this too because I feel like Pokemon is still like a very maybe niche, but I still think there's like a lot of room for growth, and I think Pat has shown that very, very well with like the amount of things you could actually do with the video, and giving people other ideas.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes your videos won't do well. Like my last video, I think it's better than any video I've ever made, and it just didn't do as well as I wanted to. Like, I wish it did better, but it didn't. It like, what am I gonna do? You just kind of have to suck it up and move on and hope that the next one does well.
I mean, I usually cry about it in the shower, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't cry about it in the shower. I literally just punch a hole in my wall. Or something. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it sucks, dude. Like I said, 8-minute video, you worked for weeks on it.
Yeah.
Didn't do as well as I wanted it to do. But that's life. That's life. Sometimes it just won't do well. And it sucks. And you just have to tell yourself that. But
you can figure it out.
The next one does well. Yeah.
Do better next time, man. It's like you won't know unless you try. And that's like when people always ask, like, hey, how do you start making videos? I'm like, bro, just turn the camera on. You won't know until you try. You kind of find yourself in who you like to be on camera and like how you are as you go and you make content. So that's kind of what I've found.
Yeah, until you do it, you're not really. And plus, like, dude, like YouTube University, man, like you can find anything and everything on how to edit, how to upload, what to do. Most people have like your phone, dude. They're like your
it's an amazing camera.
In your like people don't realize how good their cameras are. And content doesn't have to always be videos. Content could be artwork that you put up. You know what I mean? That you've created. Content could be a picture. Content could be music. It doesn't always have to be opening the Pokemon card pack. It could be finding the Pokemon card, selling a Pokemon card, packing it up, opening mail, whatever. So many ways to make content.
Yeah, man, it's been fun to be able to do, man, and I've been fortunate enough to find like people like you and like everybody else to, I think we may not always do a great job of like reaching out to each other and helping out each other, but I feel like it's always like when we do, it's always love, and I think that's like something that you don't find in too many communities. I feel like there can be a lot of people in like different communities, like whether gaming or like I don't know, other communities within YouTube or just content in general, that they are very to themselves and are not willing to give pointers or relinquish information or it's to at least a certain extent. So I think I'm very fortunate, and we are all very fortunate to be in the space that we're in, where we all pretty much have a good relationship with one another.
100%. Yeah, that's probably the best part about all this is like, I mean, like I asked you I think it was a few months ago. I'm like, hey, can you watch this video for me and tell me what you think?
Yeah.
You gave me straight answers. Like, like I talked to Diz about it. Diz gave me straight answers.
Yeah.
Like that's important. Like if somebody came to me and said, hey, can you tell me what I did wrong? It would be disingenuous if I was just like, oh, this is a great video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I don't like some aspect to it,
Yeah.
But like I said, you might not like it. There's plenty of people I don't watch because I don't enjoy their content. I find them boring. I find them unentertaining. I don't think they're funny. They're just not my fit. But that doesn't mean I disrespect them as people.
Yeah.
You know? So like
separating the content versus the person, you know?
Yeah, 100%. So it is what it is, but we just got to keep at it. I think you're going to do great things. I love the podcast stuff is the best. I feel like I've yapped and I haven't really I feel like we haven't even touched like the surface of like,
and that's usually how it goes, man. But like, yeah. I think there was one point I was doing the podcast and sometimes they would last for hours and hours, but I was like, all right, I think we need to cut it down and leave people wanting at least another, like something else, another episode. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you know, and I was looking like other podcasts that are successful besides Joe Rogan, but I cannot compare anything to Joe because that's at a different stratosphere. But like most podcasts are between like an hour, 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, let me do like an hour and a half. Let me keep it around that point. So like at least we have, you know, room for more discussion the next time they're on, or like you just hit a milestone again. Let's talk about this. You know, I think for you, this is your technically your first solo, but you were on a podcast that was like kind of a group podcast. So I think Serge was there. You were there.
It was Gonzo, or was it your channel, or was it Gonzo's channel?
For sure, you were on my channel at one point. For sure. I know you did.
I've done a group thing with you. I've done a solo with Gonzo. I don't do a lot of this stuff because I just don't have time. Like I'm also like living at home. I'm not like, you know, I can't, like, that's the other thing I consider. like if I was living it by myself, then yeah, I'd be recording at like 2 a.m. if I could, but like, I can't. Like there's other people in your house, and you know that feeling of like, all right, got to get up for school, got to get the kids up for school tomorrow, you know, got to change the diaper, got to do this. So it's like a whole different aspect when you're in like different positions. But like, yeah, I would love to record it in the morning, but I can't do it. So.
That's when the best freaking ideas pop into your head after you after you shower, like at midnight. You're like, bro, I got to do this. Hop out the shower. I'm gonna start recording right now. But yeah, it's not feasible at the moment.
It's not possible. You can't do it. You have to, and then you have to hope that you still have it in you,
right?
Like the next day. You know
the motivation for it. But I do have one last question in here from of course, from the POWDR. He's asking, would you guys recommend starting a second YouTube channel, or should just focus on one first? POWDR, I mean, I'll let you answer that first. I mean, I know what I'm going to say, but
personally speaking, it depends on. So like I think people can bring channels back to life. I totally believe like you can bring a channel back to life. You just have to like follow the rules. You have to figure out what to do. You can do it. You can totally do it. But it also depends on like the niche, right? Like if you have like 100,000 subscribers, for example, and they're all, you know, you have 100,000 subscribers for Call of Duty and you start uploading Pokemon, maybe it's not going to work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you have 100 people that subscribe to you because of Kirby games, and you want to start uploading Smash Bros, you probably can. That's not an issue. You know what I mean? It also like depends on what you want to upload. If you want to do shorts, if you want to do live streams, you have to. So yeah, that's my opinion. I don't think you need to start a new channel. I think as long as you know who your audience is, who follow you, who subscribe to you, what your niche was, where your niche is going, you can come to understanding.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat and everything. Like, if you are starting a second channel, I'm assuming it's because it's just a completely different topic, different aspect of something you're interested in. You know, like me, I was starting with like basketball, working out, sneakers. You know, that doesn't kind of translate to Pokemon. So I was very early within my YouTube, you know, career, I guess, that I was like, all right, I'm just gonna cut it here and restart it. And it's been fine for me so far. But like I said, if you're going to do something totally different, maybe just restarting the channel would work. But I would say, you know, take that first channel as far as you can. And if you discover something else you're super interested in, super passionate, there's no shame in being like, all right, I don't want to do this part anymore. I really want to focus in on this, because, you know, you never know where your path may take you. And if you find something else that's more enjoyable and you have more love for, go for it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you.
Yeah, man. POWDR, dude. It's been fun, man. I'm glad, like I said, I feel like we've talked, but we haven't talked about, like, we've talked about stuff, but not enough. And, you know, that's kind of like where I like to leave it, because, you know, a year from now, when we get to actually talk again, we'll be able to, you know, chop it up even more about things, see where you're at, see where I'm at. And I think it's like, for me, the first podcast with someone is more formal, whereas like the second one is a little bit more relaxed because, you know, you've already been introduced on the podcast as a guest. It gets more relaxed, gets more easy going. So that's kind of where I want to take it with everything. So, man, POWDR, like I said, make sure you guys follow POWDR on all his different platforms, YouTube, Instagram, X, all linked down below. If you guys haven't already done so, POWDR, I know I asked you this earlier, but anything you want to shout out or, you know, give people, like direct people to on your content right now?
Yeah. Let me just do it real quickly.
Yeah.
So every Tuesday I'm streaming. Every single Tuesday I will stream. For sure. We do Tin Tuesday. That's like our big stream every week on a weekly basis. I know everybody has their own thing. That's mine every Tuesday night. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When it comes to long form content, I have some challenge videos, things like that. I have some ideas. There will be long form content on the YouTube channel with a couple already uploaded, 2 videos uploaded. So please do go check those out, and more to come in the future. And then Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts, you'll see my Pack a Day series. Every single day I'm opening a booster pack until the end of this year. So we're still going strong. We still haven't missed a day. Nothing's gone wrong. And let's hope everything goes good. But yeah, that's how you could find me. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love doing this.
Hell yeah, man.
All of you.
And I love all you guys too. Don't think I don't love you. I love all you guys. It's been a lot of fun, guys. I appreciate you again, POWDR, for being in here. And like for my side, guys, it's not over. We're going to come back a little bit later and we're going to open up some packs, hang out in here too for a late night stream because I have the ability to do a late night stream today and I don't have work tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. I'll post the video up in just a bit for everybody that's still up, probably on the West Coast, because I know my East Coasters, you gotta get some sleep. I understand it. You guys gotta get some sleep. So I'll see you guys very soon. POWDR, I'll see you soon. I'll talk to you, man. I gotta give you my phone number. I'm sick and tired of just DMing, so I gotta give you a freaking phone
like
number.
If there's a better way to contact me, contact me.
Yeah,
whatever works for you. Yeah.
Everybody in here, thank you all so much. And until next time. My name is Joey. This is Mr. POWDR TCG. Oh, woo, woo in the chat. Thank you again, man. Later, y'all.
Of course. Bye. Bye.